Hello, everyone. Today is Tuesday, January 31st, 2023, at 2:08 a.m. in the morning. I just saw a deer walk by, the, like down that way, the instant I try to fall asleep. So, and look, vehicular noise campaign, noise harassment. Everything was all quiet until I sat down here. So, yeah, so I'm really scared because it's my first time over here. And I'm scared to close my eyes and fall asleep because I don't know if deer like to attack people. I don't know. But excuse me. Also, I heard that that's the second deer that I saw. Um excuse me, that's the second deer that I saw. Um I think it was the Sunday before last. Wait, no, it was 3 Sundays ago, I think. 3 Sundays or 2 Sundays ago that I saw a deer. And I'm really scared because I heard they have bears over here too. And I don't have any protection. Or I wouldn't know how to defend myself against a bear. So when I tried to capture a deer a couple of weeks ago, I think it was 2 or 3 Sundays ago, when I tried to capture a deer on film, the deer ran away. So I remember when I was at the Grand Canyon and I don't remember if it was one deer or a couple of deer, but the deer, it seemed like deer are scared of people, but I'm scared of deer. So I know not to, deal with the bear, the big black bears. I've heard about bears all around Pensacola and Gulf Breeze, but I never came across any bears. But I'm terrified of whatever black bears they have. But the deer look like they be trying to run away from you. So, that's why I say it's scary and dangerous out here. And people do not care. They really don't. And then, so it's, they say the weather is in the 60s, but I feel cold. And it's, foggy and misty out here. Dense fog. So I'm bored and scared. And feel like I have to force myself to stay awake for the next 5 hours. And I think I feel something biting me too. Like, I don't know if it's mosquitoes or something. It's very dense fog. It has very dense fog. Yeah, the instant I close my eyes and try to start to go to sleep, I saw a deer walking over there. So I guess the fog is making me feel like the fog and the wetness is making me feel colder than I probably would. So I forgot to mention in one of the previous videos that had this perp come up in there and take a long time, so I had to hurry up and turn off the video. So the so I was trying to say that the perp that falsely calls himself Darnell Williams, he said that his real name is Marcel Thibodeaux, but I tried to look up that name Marcel Thibodeaux and couldn't find him. So I figured that Marcel Thibodeaux is probably a fake name too. Both, I mean, excuse me. So Marcel Thibodeaux probably could be another fake name. And he's falsely calling himself Darnell Williams, named after the Afro-British soap opera star. So, excuse me. So I didn't even know people in the UK have names like that. It sounds very American. But I thought that the name Darnell was like a very Black American name. Darnell, Carnell, Charnel. Oh, any of those names that rhyme. So it looks like as if that Muslim perp, Tamika Evans, it looked like she's back to harassing me again, back to bullying and stalking again. After she had an argument with my twin sister, and then she narcissistically demanded that I unblock her right now. And then she never ever commented on my videos in support or didn't say anything. So in the obsoletist, on one of his videos, she commented with laughing emojis, laughing at me, like as if, but then she has condemned other perps for bullying me. But then she participates in the bullying too. I don't understand. It's like I haven't talked about her. I haven't mentioned her in a long time. So I thought that she didn't have any ill towards me anymore. So I'm wondering, what did I do wrong or deserve for her to go back to harassing me again? I forgot to mention I didn't get the opportunity to mention about that. That's the one who falsely said that all I do is beg and complain and all I do is call people whores and illegals. But, I didn't even realize that was her that donated me $50 for Hurricane Sally. I didn't realize that was her. I didn't even remember. And then I just saw her on my twin sister's page saying, oh, all she does is beg and complain. So that's when, oh no, she said all she does is complain and beg. And so that's when I had something to say. I'm like, because I never did you anything. So, but they would stalk and follow me everywhere, that whole cult. But I thought she was one of the few, one of the only ones who decided to, see the light and break away from, and my twin sister still has everybody duped. But So also, Starbreaker made fake remarks talking about, um, yeah, all she does is, lay on her back all day in a hotel room, or they say, oh, how is she gonna be too how is she gonna be too exhausted or too tired to write? Well, y'all don't want me writing anyway, so what you mean it doesn't make sense? If a person is sleep deprived, like, um like, as I said, when I suffer the sleep deprivation, my body will feel weak sometimes, and I can't even mentally function being for sleep deprived with the gang stalking. So how does that not make sense to you? But it's none of your business anyway, because you shouldn't be stalking and watching my videos. So she falsely accused me of having a paid permanent vacation and living in a luxury vacation town that no one can afford. I mean, she tried to say falsely accused me of living in a luxury resort beach town that I can't afford. Pensacola is not a beach town. Gulf Breeze is in a different county. It's in Santa Rosa County, and Pensacola is Escambia County. So I'm pretty sure that a few years ago I probably would have been, it could have been affordable for me to stay here, but due to Hurricane Michael, I didn't know until after I got here. Due to Hurricane Michael, and I figured, yeah, y'all just don't want me here due to the gang stalking, you know. But everybody else, they get to move here and live here. So the online perps, they act like as if I'm the only homeless person living in Pensacola when they got plenty of us. Why is nobody telling them go move somewhere else? So people in person aren't really telling me go move somewhere else. It's mainly abusive, narcissistic online perps and fake TI perps. As I said, if I was in my hometown, New Orleans, y'all wouldn't be telling me go move somewhere else or go live here, go live there. So Starbreaker, she also, she falsely accused me of living on a permanent vacation. When I show y'all, the footage of the terrorism and harassment and stuff, and they falsely accused me of basically living in luxury when I'm not. I'm financially struggling. Like, I don't even have money for breakfast later on today. I don't even have money for breakfast. And so, Starbreaker made remarks about, as long as for years I've been wearing, a hoodie or a jacket, and, she tried to falsely say, well, oh, Candy wears that hoodie on her head too tight, which is something a child would do, or it's childish for her to have a hoodie on her head tied too tight. That's something a child would do. And oh, she looks very foolish and stupid, and she looks really crazy by having her the jacket tied too tight around her head. And then they falsely think it's not cold at all ever here in Pensacola, and they never even been here. But it's like they want me to suffer, and I'm not suffering hard enough for them. And it's just senseless that they're a whole big fat fake gang, ganging up on me and bullying, stalking and harassing and commenting on my every move, on everything I do and say. They got something. They have criticism for it. And it's like, they don't even follow the love thy neighbor, but then they falsely accuse me of being a hypocrite. But, they terrorize, antagonize, vex, and provoke and troll me all day, every day. And David Jane made a fake account, a fake smack brand new account that says Candy is a witch, and then making more lies and slander about me. So, and then everybody wants to copy off of everybody else's dirty deeds. If somebody did something dirty to me and then you go follow suit and copy the same dirty thing. So, so I mean, my anxiety is really high, but it's super quiet right now. But at 2 o'clock, they had a whole bunch of different loud vehicles showing off and acting really stupid. But it should be like 65 degrees and it's foggy. But I feel like I'm not freezing cold, but I feel uncomfortably cold. I feel uncomfortably cold. And I'm extremely tired and sleep deprived, but I'm too scared to try to fall asleep. The fact that I just saw that deer right there, and I don't know if a bear would come out. I'm more terrified of the bears than the deer. And off and on, they've been hitting the bottom left inside of my foot with the directed energy weapons for the past few days. So yeah, I mean, if they falsely accuse me of living in a luxury vacation, but I don't even have money for breakfast or any meal for the day. But somebody just donated me $8 through Stripe, but Stripe comes between 3 and 7 business days. So I wouldn't even get the Stripe money right now, that's supposed to come maybe in a few days. So I mean, I guess there are some people who be supportive, but it's not many, because the perps will pester and pester one of my supporters. The perps will pester and pester and pester them until they cave in and submit and turn against and betray me. I mean, until they can get that person to stop being supportive of me, they'll keep on pestering and harassing that person. Or they will mob and attack and bully that person to the point where that person will feel like, well, it ain't worth it being persecuted over Candy. But, all these people who want me punished, and it's not fair to be wrongfully banned permanently for the rest of my life from a place of business for exposing another customer gang stalking me, or even if it's employees. And then they falsely accuse me of being a very dangerous individual when it's them. So one way to if somebody is considered, if you have the opinion that someone is mentally ill, why do you keep stalking and bullying and vexing and trolling that person? And you won't leave them alone. You keep harassing, stalking, and following and won't leave that person alone. And then you say that that person is sick, crazy, and need help. And they just won't stop with the harassment. Starbreaker, she also lied and said that, I left Candy alone for a month. And she did videos where she mentioned my name 37 times. And then she lied and said, well, therefore Candy's the one stalking me. She's mentioned, I mean, this lady went and counted how many times, like, just like back off. If you never started with the harassment in the first place, and then they narcissistically demand silence and then say, well, keep my name out your mouth. Well, you should have never started in the first place. And then they got J Demon Rotten shit putting up pictures of me and the biological sister Ramona, and it's like, I don't even remember taking that picture. And where did she get that picture from? Because a picture that I don't remember ever seeing of me and the biological sister Ramona. She got a fake account falsely calling herself the foster mom's name, but me and the biological sister Ramona's picture up there. And I can tell that's her by the way she writes. Like when it's David Jane, I can tell that's him. I know that's him. And then they hide behind anonymity, trying to be anonymous. So and the perps want to make sure that I deserve to be punished with suffering with starvation. Y'all are causing my mental health decline. But it's like they criminalize me for doing normal everyday things. Like part of being human and being alive and existing is eating, But it's okay for them to have a license to try to control me, and they can be obsessed with me and desperate to ruin and destroy. But they falsely said, well, Candy's obsessed with food. She's obsessed with money. She's obsessed with this. When it's not the case. I'm fighting to survive. And they don't even want me to treat myself when I would have a job or even get, money from my writings. They don't even want me to treat myself with my own money that I earn. That's a whole bunch of online strangers. Like when I worked the temp service job and J Demon Rotten shit said, who told you you can go and get you, who told you you can go and buy you Chilean sea bass? And I'm like, well, I earned the money. And then they try to nitpick and dissect, what I spent my money on, the tax refund. And I should not have had to be obligated to explain in detail, this is what I spent my money on, to a whole bunch of fucking strangers. So they falsely accused me of just spending my money on luxury, like MP3 player for luxury entertainment purposes, when that's a medical device. And they make it like, a doctor didn't approve of it, so yeah, therefore it's not. But it's not your business though. I'm the one living with this condition. So it's like they really think they got the authority to treat me like a toddler, a punished toddler. And as people like Starbreaker, it seemed like she'll just psychologically and mentally fuck with you. And see how loud those cars are? Troll, real life trolls. Real life devil worshipping trolls. Like, what the fuck you doing riding around at 2:30 in the morning? It's exactly 2:33. Yeah, they wanted me to hear that noise at that time. Like at 2:30 in the morning. Um, what are you riding around a vehicle that loud, waking people up, startling people out of their sleep at this time of morning? You know your car is that loud. So Starbreaker, she's I mean, she find other ways to ruin and destroy you, but I bet you she wouldn't be gangster and ghetto enough to try to put her hands on nobody. But I'm sitting here letting y'all know everything that they're doing. So if they want to have me wrongfully locked up and put away in a mental, like an animal in a mental institution or jail or prison, gang stalking is always behind it. And that's how people think I deserve to be punished with the only housing available is punished with the mental institution or prison or something. And they think, oh, your crime is just mental illness. And then abusive narcissistic perps be like, well, if Candy complies with the mental health like she's supposed to, she could have been had housing. Well, no, I'm not giving my mind, body, and soul over to a fictitious um medical profession. Some people say that a lot of people who speak the truth, they say everything about psychiatry is fake. It's fake and satanic and as people say is bogus. So I don't know. I guess I, I'm just trying to find stuff to do to keep myself occupied for the next few hours, and I'm hoping. Excuse me. I'm hoping to get to have help with breakfast to eat and dinner. I can skip lunch since I'm not allowed 3 meals a day by the online perps. I can skip lunch, but if I can have help with breakfast and dinner, um, I'm starting to feel colder. So, yeah, I'm just talking because my anxiety is high and I'm bored and can't sleep. So, I don't know, I might just give in and not care and take the risk of falling asleep. I saw a caterpillar also. Yeah, so now I'm starting to really feel like I'm freezing cold. And my I always been hypersensitive to cold temperatures and can't handle the cold. I can't even function in the cold, but if it's excessively hot, then I can't function in extreme heat either. But the slightest of cold, I can't deal with it. So I have information in the description box of almost all my videos. Hopefully later on, I've been too depressed to go swim and shower. I mean, I took a detox bath the other day, but to go swim and stuff, I've been feeling too depressed. um, but it's like I'm just tired of people trying to control me and trying to ruin and destroy me. And it's like I hate for people to make it like as if I had to be forced to follow orders of strangers with no authority over me who forced me against my will to live XYZ life. And I'm not even supposed to be on this Candy Grandpre account. They destroyed and ruined my other PsychWorld YouTube channels, and you know and then it seemed like everybody else can change their YouTube username, but when I try to change my YouTube username, it seemed like as if people started to unfollow me in droves. I mean, unsubscribe from my channel, and then they had this narcissistic control freak, fake TI Purp, try to tell me not to change my username. And so I tried to change the username to say, if I'm a criminal, then lock me up. Ugh. But it's a whole bunch of lack of care and compassion. It's like people really do have cold hearts, that they're not going to just sit there and neglect you. They will sit there and make you suffer. Not let you suffer, but make you suffer. Force you to suffer and be tormented and tortured. So I guess that's all I gotta say for now.